to Laguna Seca, very famous road course in Monterey, California. The Snead Tombstone Game Farm Street Stock Series takes on their second of 2 road courses this season. Drivers heading out on their warm-up laps. Everybody but Daniel Llewellyn on track, so 11 of our 12 cars out there for a qualifying effort. Peter Theriault in the 28. Solid season so far for Peter. Leads the championship. That may have been an off-track for him there. Of course, the warm-up lap does not matter much. He'll have to keep it on track next time around if he wants to get his lap to count. Through that final sharp turn, 11. And down the pit straight, cross start finish line, down to the Andretti hairpin. Theriault a bit out of shape on corner entry. Had to shallow up the entry. That'll affect his cornering speed all the way through that double apex section. The car sounds so quiet. Be louder over here. Jump in here. A little better. It's turn 5 up the hill to turn 6. We go up the hill to the famous corkscrew. Where you drop about 2 to 3 stories in elevation depending on what part of the corkscrew you hit. From top all the way down here to the bottom. Quite the elevation change through there. That's why I went on board so you could see just how elevation change looks like going through there. It's crazy. That's through turn 10, back up to the very sharp turn 11. It's about the slowest part of the track right there. You're full speed ahead back to the start finish line. And that is a lap on board with Peter Theriault. Hendricks currently with the fastest lap time in the 13. 139.4. Theriault 140.0. Delgado 141.8. You hated this track on Gran Turismo 1 and 2? This is one of my favorite tracks. It's challenging for sure, especially through the corkscrew, but when you get it right, it just feels so good. Clean up crew and corkscrew, please? Oh no. Brian, I hate this track in all versions of Gran Turismo. Oh man, well, do it with slow cars first and work your way up. I learned this track in a Dodge Neon, so you know. That was an off for Hendricks, so this lap won't count, and he has bailed on it. See if Theriault can improve in the 28. Close to getting it off track there. But did not. Stayed on track. So this lap's still on board for Theriault. Oof. Back in wanted to come around going through 10. Well, Scott, if you want to race, you still got 4 minutes to get in there. Theriault goes quicker on that lap number 2, and it is enough to take the pole. Theriault steals the pole by 44 thousandths of a second. Nicely done there. Try to find the 12 out on track. Well, he's off track. Coming out at 10, looks like he got a little wide and into the dirt. So that lap will be invalidated. Spencer Gray won't be able to improve. See if Delgado is out there. He's back in pit lane. There is Nathan Lafayette. He's on his second qualifying lap. Lilith Peters in the 01. Top of the board with a 138. Almost a full second. Indeed is a full second faster than Peter Therio, her teammate. That is a blistering lap from the 01 Ford. Trying to find.
Do both first and second. Never mind.
Never mind.
Yes, they did.
And the 3. I don't even know how to say this fellow's name, and I'm afraid to say it wrong. So I apologize in advance, Jeff, but I'm going to go with Prochatsky. Jeff Prochatsky is my guess, is on the pole. He's not out on track anymore. He disappeared right after he set his lap, so we'll just show you Lafayette. Catalano out on track in the 4. Hasn't got a lap to count yet. Blake Giglio has shown up. That guy just got. Here comes Lafayette to the pit lane. Will not complete a second lap on track. Blake Giglio's just rolled out on the 16. Here's Catalano. Patsy's first lap did not count. Registered in at a 2:12.
Oh, Trevor, you have a sister. What the hell?
What? Blake Giglio's picked up an off track already. Watch Catalano navigate this Monterey, California track. The rotors are glowing. Catalano can get this lap to count through turn 10. Headed to turn 11. Giglio's had another off track. We'll get to Blake in a moment. So we watch Catalano complete qualifying. I think this lap's going to count. Should move up to at least 9th. A 147, so that does look like 9th if it counts.
Come on, Blake, we're off the track again.
Blake has 1, 2, 3 off tracks. And that's just his out lap.
3 off tracks. What are you doing, Blake?
Count that as 4. I think he's trying to practice because he can't make a lap at that time. Just trying to get some practice in, I think.
It's okay. He's running the dirt streets down.
Lafayette, the joke of the night early on. Blake goes way wide in the Andretti hairpin and decides to stop.
What'd you say, Cupcake?
Of course.
I don't know what you're crying about. I think he's talking about you crying.
Hello, Christian.
What'd you say?
William, if we both think the same pronunciation, we're probably wrong, right? Way that goes. Alrighty. It's time. Do we have a full pace lap or is it a standing start? Please tell me it's a standing start. That would be amazing. Did they put a Ford F-150 front end on this car?
Good luck, drivers.
try to make it through turn 1.
Good luck, guys.
Pretty sure that's a Ford truck front end for the 01.
Oh, that's gonna change the running order big time. You guys love talking shit, don't you?
The field.
Yeah, but if you read the penalty report, it's in there. Whether he starts at the back by choice or whatever, he's still getting the EOL. So I can say I gave the penalty.
Fair enough.
Why is my paint scheme different on the broadcast? That's
Oh, real. Yeah, I heard that.
We have plenty of time to do the starting lineup, so now that we're rolling, go ahead and do it. Starting lineup presented by our friends in Labor 12, awesome rock band out of Lubbock, Texas. Appreciate them for the tunes here. We have Jeff Perchatsky in the UCLA number 3, starting on pole. Will Peters, the 01 Ford, starts in second. Peter Theriot, 28, starts in the third spot. We have Alec Andrix in the 13, starts fourth. Spencer Gray, the 12 machine, starts in the fifth spot. Christian Delgado, 69 car, starts sixth. Nathan Lafayette, his Penguin machine, Penguin Kia, gotta love that, starts seventh. Andrew Floyd, his Days of Thunder throwback, starts in the 8th spot. Patsy Catalano M9 Sim Sport machine, number 4, starts 9th. Blake Giglio, 16 Camaro, starts in 10th. Marker Break Adam in the 45, starts 11th. Matt Benke, the Amtrak machine, starts 13th because we don't have a 12th. And Daniel Llewellyn in the 23 starts at the back of the field. Easy peasy. We check out the field behind the pace truck. Let's see if we get a good laugh in the corkscrew, or if everyone makes it. Oh man, one's off track, two's off track. Everyone survived. Pace truck kind of hauled ass through there. Pretty great. Appreciate you, Scott. Yoink and yoink. There goes the pace truck. Here we go. 20 laps. Laguna Seca. 13 cars. Round 13 of the Snead Tombstone Game Farm Street Stock Series. Part of the Sidewinder Racing Leagues. And we are underway. See how much gap Llewellyn is given. He did not want to be involved in anything. Theriot is pushing the 3 up and over the hill as they race down towards the Andretti hairpin. Got 3 wide. Oh, Theriot's going to give a shot to the back of the 3 car. There is a... Is that Giglio? Giglio pushing the 11 out of the way. Now Blake's way off track in the 16. Blake kind of shoved the 11 out of the way. Now Catalano getting a little out of shape. The 11's going to go around, trying to stay away from him. Andrew Floyd probably would rather restart this race. It's had an interesting start. Perchatsky gets out to the lead in the UCLA car. And then Theriot, and then Peters. Andrix and Spencer Gray. Delgado right there on back bumper of Gray. So we go up the hill towards the corkscrew. You see the 3 back bumper pushed in after the contact from, I believe it was Theriot. So they make their way into the corkscrew. Oh my gosh, Theriot full send through there. Got airborne for a moment. Now he's going to challenge for the lead. Theriot to the inside through turn 9. Will be on the outside for turn 10. Goes ahead and gives up the corner to Perchatsky. Perchatsky then covers 4 to the final turn. Turn 11. Slowest corner on the track. They head back to the start-finish line. And that is just 1 lap around this track. It's Blake Giglio. Big slide coming out of the turn 11. Oh, Llewellyn, same thing. Same paint scheme, same issue through turn 11. Theriot on the inside for the Andretti hairpin. That'll give him the lead. Now we'll see if Rachowski can take it back to Therio. The top two, bumper to bumper. Everybody getting kind of squirrely going through that turn. A little bit of contact. Rachowski gets the right rear quarter of Therio. And here goes Rachowski to the inside before they go up the hill. Therio hanging on the outside. A little bit of contact. They make it through turn 6. Now they go back to the corkscrew. Therio straightens out this corkscrew really well. Tried to get to the outside for the rainy curve, not quite able to get position. Therio being very aggressive. Wonder if these tires can hold up that kind of pressure. See Lilith Peters closing in the 0-1. Then Andrix and Gray your top 5. Delgado is 6th. Then a gap back to Giglio in 7th. Lafayette is 8th. Andrew Floyd 9th. Catalano 10th. Adam Cruzor 11th. Matt Benke 12th. And Daniel Wallen 13th. We stay with this fantastic lead battle as Prochaska gets way wide in the 3. Fishtails the back end around. Still out of shape in the 3. That may cost second. Lilith Peters gets to the outside. Not able to make her way by in 3. Going to try again in 4. Right to the back bumper for Chotsky. Probably try to take a run down into 5. She can get to the inside. Decides not to push the issue. Now head up the hill to 6. Here the car's bottoming out there. Cars really get quite a compression on the springs as it suddenly changes into an uphill elevation there. There goes Therio, Prochatsky, and Peters. Let's go a little further back. Got Delgado all over the back of Giglio. 6th and 7th. I believe Giglio just got this spot about a half a lap ago. Blake's starting to figure the track out. He's all over the place in his 1 lap of practice, but seems to be getting it now. Back to Prochatsky and Peters. Therio's lead now about a second. Peters back in, stepping out. I don't know what we're going to call that vehicle. It's definitely Ford branded. I swear it's a truck though. That is a truck front end slapped on that car. It looks awesome. It's just a little confusing. Peters a little wide through turn 5. It's going to give some breathing room to the 3 of Prochatsky. So by the numbers, the top 3 still the closest battles on track. Prochatsky starting to close back in on Therio. We knew Therio was being very aggressive on the tires early on. Prochatsky starting to reel back in race leader Therio. Why are we racing street stocks on a road course? Who knows? Because we can. That's the best I got for you. Battle for the lead. Definitely crunching back together. It's like Giglio's been out of shape coming out of that final corner. Blake gives up 6th spot back to Delgado. Exit of turn 4. A lot of these cars are getting that back end way out there. I guess this is technically 4. Yeah, exit of 3 is where we're getting that tail happiness that we're seeing a lot of. Still love when a track doesn't label corners. Oh my gosh! There you go, with a big slide through there. Car bottomed out and the 28 got down on the rails and was sliding across the track. Down into the corkscrew. Wow, Prochaski, a big slide as well on the 3. Drivers are fighting hard. That allows Stereo to push the lead back up to a 2.5. Surprised Giglio hasn't hauled that forward. He probably will eventually, but he's closed back in on Delgado, so I think he's having a little fun right now. Blake also is in the points hunt here, so maybe he's got that in mind too. Prochaski and Peters. Peters has caught the 3 of Prochaski. It's on the outside, trying to go down into the Andretti hairpin. And Prochaski's going to get in there deep, slide back in around Peters, back to the inside. Peters is going to clear as they come out of the hairpin. Then that turn isn't numbered. But this one is. This one is turn 3. Then this one's turn 4. Gotta love it. Oh, Blake Giglio is on pit lane. Perhaps Dalton Hayes knew something we didn't. Blake Giglio hits the pit box. A bit earlier than I would expect a normal pit stop. I think they would go around halfway. Maybe a lap sooner. Try and catch somebody. Like Daniela Wallen
Blake, what happened?
has had a moment. Right in front of Daniel's cars. Just beat all to hell now. And it has been. Alright. Gets in there hot into turn 11. Gets out in the kitty litter. Spins it around. Comes back to the track as Adam Crozier gets by. I heard him ask Blake what happened. Blake's still sitting on the pit lane. Don't see any work happening to the cars. He's about to go a lap down. Dario enjoys a 2.5 second lead now over teammate Lilith Peters. So Lilith was able to get by Prochaski down in the Andretti hairpin 1 lap ago. Prochaski had been pushing that back end around quite a lot in that hairpin. Looked like it finally caught up to him. This second place battle is about the only thing we have to watch. Hendricks in 4th, kind of by himself. Spencer Gray, similar story in 5th. Then you have Delgado, who was battling Giglio, but Giglio hit the pit lane. Lafayette in 7th, 1.1 seconds back. Maybe that'll develop into something soon. Lafayette does quite a bit of road racing. Probably not in street stocks. That gap's now under a second. So Lafayette definitely closing in on the 69 of Delgado. He might just sit on the pit lane just to spite you, Dalton. You know that, right? Top 3 closing together again. Stereo's gap down to a second. Stereo's had some struggle over the course of this lap. Tires are definitely falling off quite a lot. Nearly every driver is more than a 1.5 seconds off their average pace. Some worse than others. top 3 through the Andretti hairpin. Sounds like Llewellyn having an issue up ahead. He's going to let the leaders through. 23 cars off the track out of turn number 3. How did he get over there? The back end came around. So he ended up over there, tried to correct it, and ends up out in the kitty litter. He's got it going back in the right direction, and he's beating Blake. Blake, by the way, back on track, right in front of the 13. And Blake way off the track, and they're door to door, banging fenders. Can't tell Blake's 2 laps down. He's pushing hard. I have a feeling these two, not the best of friends. Yeah, there's a push by Giglio, and he's just going to dump the 13 into the corkscrew. Blake Giglio just dumped the 13 on purpose.
You're competing for a championship in another division, so I want you to know that you will not be finishing the next race, whatever division that is. I ain't got shit to do, buddy.
Wow.
Go off the track.
Okay.
We got beef and street stocks, and we got a race for the lead at the same time. Dario goes wide coming out of turn number 11. Peters to the inside, and Perchatsky right there as well. Dario seems to have burned the tires up. Here come Peters and Perchatsky. Peters gets through to the lead. Dario trying to hold up Perchatsky. Let Peters get away.
You're doing off the track, buddy. That's just a hook for that one.
They do it again?
Track's over there.
These two having quite the battle.
Did you say cupcake?
You're a cornball.
Cornball? What the fuck is a cornball? Dario gets Perchatsky
Yeah, I'm just out of the way.
right on his bumper. Llewellyn's on the pit lane in the 23. He's getting a set of tires. So we go back to the drama. Peters lead now by a second over Dario. Dario has about a half second over Perchatsky. Spencer Gray is up to 4th. Hendricks is 5th. Hendricks actually doing a pretty good job of dealing with cranky Blake. Delgado in 6th. Lafayette 7th. Andrew Floyd 8th. Matt Benke in 9th. Catalano soldiers on in 10th. Adam Crozier 11th. Has not been to the pit lane yet. Daniel Llewellyn did go to the pit lane. Put on a set of tires for his 23 Camaro. And Blake Giglio went to the pits, sat there for 2 laps, back out on track. And, well, not very happy with the 13. I think a lot of smart remarks were made back and forth in between these two drivers and other races in Sidewinder, and it has spilled over to the Street Stock Series. Closing in on halfway. Just fun to watch them go through the corkscrew together like that. They are catching Adam Crozier, 11th place car.
Nice try, Pat.
Blake got in there hot. Didn't quite get to the bumper. Looks like Crozier's going to let the leaders through. I believe that may have been Llewellyn ahead of him. Peters is going to miss the corkscrew, and the corkscrew going to miss the hairpin and get way out wide. It lets 28 of Therio get to what was the inside, but now will be the outside for 3. Peters will have the preferred line. And Peters out wide. Therio with the up and under. Gets to the inside in the 28 and will regain the lead. Now Prochaska wants to get in there. Prochaska gets the inside through 4. And they are catching Llewellyn. Llewellyn already 1 lap down in 12th. Peters and Therio side by side once again. Up the hill to turn 6 they go. We're getting treated to this fantastic 3-car battle up front. Oh my gosh, look at Therio trying to hang on to that thing as the right rear tire got out in the dirt. They're catching Llewellyn at probably the worst possible place going into the corkscrew. We're going to go side by side through here. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so hard to do. May have been slight contact between the 01 and the 3. Peters hangs on to second. Prochaska third. We've reached halfway. Will anybody pit here? Looks like the answer to that is nope. Therio has to go the long way around. Therio is going to spin. Peters is going to get into. Peters is going to spin. Prochaska driving away as the 2 teammates are crashed out of turn 11.
You fucking came up at the apex. What are you talking about?
Oh, angry. Therio pissed.
Such a redneck ass boy.
Wow.
Literally cannot get out of a lap down. And I see why.
Therio's angry that he got wide and spun the car out on his own. That's fun. Blaming Llewellyn because Therio got out wide and spun the car out.
The only reason you have anything is because you're an OG in here. Oh, look at that!
Good driving, sir.
So much beef in here tonight. Shreetox is very angry. Looks like Llewellyn's maybe cooked the tires again as he spins around there. Prochaska now way out by himself. 7 seconds ahead of Spencer Gray. Therio is 3rd. Andrix 4th. Peters 5th. And that fantastic lead battle we had has gone away. Battle for 4th and this battle for 2nd. The only 2 battles within a second. Daniel will tell you, I'm usually the first one to tell you Daniel Llewellyn fucked up. I don't think that one's on him. He could have eased up and not had them in the corner, but he doesn't have to. Then he tried to stay to the wall and corner exit, which was fine. And Therio just spun out with no contact on the outside line. Much as Therio won't like to hear it, that's on Therio. Therio trying to regain 2nd. Absolutely true, Scott. Could have waited. Therio through to 2nd. Spencer Gray slowed down a lot for that corner. May fall victim to Alec Andrix. As much room as Gray gave Therio for that. Andrix right to the back of the 12. Gives him a shot into the corkscrew. That's playing with fire, and the 13 pays the price for it. Smacks the wall. Rejoins the track, but gives up the spot to Lilith Peters. Peters up to 4th now. I'm guessing since no one has pit at halfway that these cars maybe don't need a pit stop. It's 50% fuel in 20 laps. Oh, William, there's been a lot of drama. For the street stock race, there's been a lot of drama. Looks like Blake Giglio has finally done the Alt F4 thing. Daniel's having a wonderful night. What happened to him here? I don't even know how that happens. And he goes exploring, bounces off an invisible wall. He's still over there goofing off. Can't even see him. He's hiding down in there. There he is. Anyway, we'll go back to this. Spencer Gray. Sounds like Daniel just blew the motor deliberately.
No one wants to hear your mouth. Uh-oh.
No one wants to hear yours either. I'm surprised we can from so far back.
Wow.
Yeah, keep running your mouth, buddy.
Official warning, Therio. Official warning, Llewellyn. Next one is muted.
And Colt.
You know what I have to say on this matter? I like dick. Those are my thoughts.
W.
I wasn't joking.
What did he do?
Peter starts blinking, having connection
Why'd you
issues.
hit the leader?
What,
Like-
Jeff?
Andrix move up to 4th as Peter's had all those blinks. Peter's still having connection issues. Prochatsky out front by almost 10 seconds now. All the drama behind. Children being children. Four car not for position. Catalano in 10th a lap down. Therio safely gets by. Spencer Gray had Lilith Peters to deal with, but Peters has fallen back. Having quite a few connection issues with that Ford. The closest battle on track is now 00 of Lafayette, 69 of Delgado. It's not much of a battle, but it's only one we gotta watch. Go on board with Delgado. Let's go up to turn 11. Get back on the main straight. Kind of missed the apex there. Some of these drivers have fallen off almost 4 and 5 seconds a lap from their average lap times. See, the tires are just way worn out. Delgado going very wide in the hairpin. The apex again, and then sliding it out of the corner exit. Those tires are cooked. The front has no grip, the rear has no grip, so when you go to turn in and you completely miss the apex, then when you go to power out, back in wants to come around. That just is a nightmare. They still have 5 laps to go. These tires are going to feel terrible. Well, things have calmed down since Giglio and Llewellyn have left, and I believe Catalano might be joining them in the 4. Catalano on the pit lane there? Or is that Daniel? It's Daniel on the pit lane. Catalano has disappeared. Chasky's catching Matt Benke, 9th place car. Need to put Matt a lap down. Benke having an off track there. Right next to the leader for Chasky. Had to scare him. Let's see what happens to the 35. Gets a little wide. Rolls down the hill. Keeps it under control though. And leader Prochaski able to get by without issue. 9 seconds over Therio with 4 laps to go. Prochaski can cruise. Spencer Gray in 3rd. Remember, Prochaski let Therio go early on. Probably was saving his stuff for a 20-lap run. Now looks brilliant as he's up by 10 seconds over Therio. Watch 3rd place Spencer Gray through the corner. Lilith Peters in 4th. Alec Hendricks creating the last car in the top 5. Nathan Lafayette in 6th. There is Delgado in 7th. That's still closest battle on track, but it's 2 seconds, that gap now. And it gets wider as Delgado gets wide going through turn 10. Find Andrew Floyd. There he is. Andrew 38 seconds behind Delgado. Matt Benke another 15 back. 1 lap down for the 35 team. He goes wide through 6. There's Adam Crozier. Last car still running. Currently in 10th. I blame the quarter panel numbers. It's one of my pet peeves. Prochaski through 9 and 10. I have a hard time calling 9 rainy curve. I just forget all the time. Out of 11, back on the main straight. Run down to the start finish. Be 2 laps to go. Prochaski well in command of this race. Should be a fairly straightforward cruise from here. Prochaski only giving up about a second from best lap to last lap. Therio cooked the tires. Best lap was 1.5 seconds faster than Prochaski's, but couldn't keep the tires underneath him. And now he's running a second slower per lap, as those tires have been cooked. Spencer Gray, nice tidy race for the 12 team. I say that, he gets all kind of out of shape, almost wrecked him. Gray with 2 laps to go, holding on to a podium spot. Peter's starting to close in. Down under 2 seconds, that gap. See if Peters can pick up that final podium spot. By far the 2 closest cars for position on track. So the next closest battle is over 4 seconds. Peters, some pretty heavy left front damage on the 01. That came from tagging your teammate coming out of turn 11. Now down under a second. It's definitely putting the pressure on for that third place. Chatsky, white flag in the air, charging down into the Andretti hairpin for the last time. Nice and tidy. Dario 10 seconds back in second. Then Spencer Gray sees the 0-1 getting larger in the mirror. Eight tenths the gap now. A really good corner for Peters. Now it's down under a half second. They go through 5. Peters right on the bumper of Spencer Gray. Where could she put on the move to try and steal this third spot? Oh, Gray gets wide going through turn 6. That's going to give Peters the opportunity to move up to third. Gray's going to be kicking himself after that. Just hands the position to Peters. That looks like Matt Benke having an issue in the 35, but waited to rejoin until those two made it through. Up front, Jeff Verchotsky out of the final corner. Put a lap on the 11 of Andrew Floyd. And Verchotsky, the UCLA car, going to get the win in California. Peter Theriot out of 11. Despite the spin coming out of 11, Theriot going to take second spot. And Lilith Peters, after being tangled up in the same issue, Peters will bring it home in third. Spencer Gray fourth. And Alec Andrix, kind of a while before we have to say he's across the line. He's just now getting into 11. Right side of that car, back into that car, left rear of that car, all a little beat up. But hey, the right front corner looks okay. And now it doesn't. Alec Andrix across the line in 5th. Lafayette 6th. And here comes Delgado. Last car on the lead lap. Delgado finished 7th. Floyd 8th. Benke 9th. And Adam Grosjean 10th. See if we can get our top 3 to the waiting room to do our broadcast interviews.
All right. Top 3 to the waiting room to get your interviews.
Perfect. We got Perchatsky here. I'm going to bring him on in. My name is Jeff. DG, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, DG.
Is it Perchatsky?
It is Perchatsky. Pretty close. Yeah, most people butcher it worse than that, so you're good, man.
I said and it's a It's close. Perchatsky.
Yeah, you got it.
Nailed it. So damn close. Well, congrats on the win. It looked like early on you kind of gave up some spots to save the tires, and it looked like that was a very good strategy, as by the end of the race you had 10 seconds on him. How was it out there?
Well, I'm glad it seemed like I was smart, but really what I was doing was I knew I was pretty equal on pace to Lilith and Peter there. But I was just making too many mistakes, point blank. I mean, I made a mistake first lap of quali. I came back on the second lap to get the pole. That was a really, really good lap. It kind of just, the confidence came from there. Really wanted to have a good first lap and kind of drive away, but we had a couple mistakes early on, overshooting turn 1. Just a couple mistakes in corners where I'm faster than they were. So it was kind of unfortunate to have to come back from those. But I knew that once I got back into a groove, us three, we kind of pulled away from the rest of the pack, so we would be having a good battle for the win. The racing was really good. I want to say thanks so much to Team the Bean Team members, Peter and Lilith, for having, racing me hard but clean. It was a lot of fun. Sucks that the lap car got in there and kind of messed us up about halfway through the race, but the key after that was just, keep it clean. I got a gap, had to manage my temps a little bit because I did get some damage from that the lap car incident. But we just kind of set sail away from there. So really, really good run. super happy with the win because it's actually Christian's team, Boss Motorsports' third win with 3 different drivers in the series. We won on a short track, we won on the super speedway at Charlotte, and now we've won here at a road course. So couldn't be happier for the team, Christian and everybody else on the team. Just thanks so much to everybody, Peter, Lilith, for the race. It was a lot of fun, and could not be happier to come out here with a win.
10-4. Sound like you got all the shout-outs in there, so I don't even have to ask for them. Good job. Very professional.
Yep. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Congrats on the win. Get on out of here and enjoy the rest of your Sunday night.
Thanks, buddy. You too.
Is winner Jeff Rachotsky in the 3. Let's go see if we can find the 28 on track, as he has already disappeared from the lobby. Let's go back and find him on track. Where are you at? There he is. Right there with Lilith. Let's back him up farther. There we go. Get some solo shots for Pater. All right, let's bring in Pater. Pater, DG, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, sir, that was an adventure. I had a lot of speed there. Then it looked like you kind of went wide trying to get around the wall in there and lost it coming out of turn number 11. No contact, but just got out there a little too wide in the dirt and spun it out.
Yeah. Here, one sec. I'm watching back the incident right now before I say anything too stupid. Because yeah, I don't really know. He went wide in the center, and then when I saw on my onboard in my field of view, it looked like he was a lot closer to me when he went wide there, and so I saw him. I jerked the wheel up to the outside, and then when I got him to throttle it went around. I don't know. It's just not really a great night. I mean, we were fast. Me and Lilith and Jeff were gonna have a great battle. Sucks that happened. Alec got absolutely destroyed. I don't know if you saw that, but that was, yeah, pretty ridiculous. He almost got destroyed twice. He got destroyed once for sure. And one sec, let me just check something again before I say something stupid. Just gotta make sure I'm
Longest interview ever.
Hey, my one last week was pretty long too.
I wasn't here for that.
You weren't?
No.
Were you not?
I'm only here every 3rd week.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Coincidentally, all the cars we had problems with this week for the team were on the same team. So I don't know. Pretty interesting there. Yeah, just kind of. I don't understand why. It's just annoying. Yeah.
Yeah. That team tends to take offense to people that just don't shut up. I've noticed, and well, you know, apparently the shoe fits.
Well, they don't shut up either. So, especially one of them.
Right, but see, that doesn't make it work. You know, if you're both not shutting up, then no one's shutting up. So it just makes it worse. You keep egging them on; they're just going to keep doing that. It makes for great TV, though. I'll give you that.
All right. I mean,
That's all it is. Trust me. They don't like that you clap back at them.
Well,
they don't like that.
Well, it's not great when you have somebody who's running a lap down every single race and then shits on you when you and somebody else get involved in something that has nothing to do with them.
I'm not saying that they're angels. I didn't say that at all. I'm just telling you what's going through their head.
Yeah, well.
Trust me, I've been on the track with them. I know.
Maybe he should focus on his own race, and then I will shut up. How about that?
Yeah, but then see, he'll be bored. He wants something to do, so he tries to instigate you, and you fall for it every time. You ever heard the saying, "Don't feed the trolls"?
I've not.
Well, don't feed the trolls. I'll let you figure out what that means. You got the Friends Family sponsor shoutouts for us this week?
Team the Bean Team. Everybody not on that team.
Feeding the trolls.
That's about it.
Perfect. All right, well, get on out of here. Enjoy your second place. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you in the final 2 weeks. I didn't even get to move him out. He just bailed. All right, let's go find Lilith. Lilith, DG, you got a copy?
I do have a copy.
Well, we brought it home third tonight, getting Spencer Gray there right at the end on the last lap. That had to be kind of a fun battle to chase down. You were mixing it up really well for the lead there with your other two teammates until one of them lost control and took you out. Well, how was it out there?
It was fun until that happened, I guess. I really like this track, and I like this car on road courses, so I might show up next week. I don't know, but yeah, I had a lot of fun.
You were the first
I
one I've
think I
ever
could have
heard
won
say
if
that.
it weren't for that.
The first one I've ever heard say that. That they
Well,
like this
I mean,
car on
it's
a road
fun.
course. I'm sure it is. I mean, this car sucks everywhere else. You might as well put it on a road course and have fun, right?
Exactly. It sucks everywhere.
It does. That kind of makes it fun. It's like driving a Civic or something.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Daniel didn't really know how to drive it there, clearly, but
It's
at least
Daniel.
I
He
guess
doesn't
that's
know how to
pretty
drive
dramatic.
anywhere.
Yeah, fair enough.
Except for, the super speedways where literally anyone can drive there.
Exactly. Going there Wednesday.
Yeah, it's always a good time. I know it's your favorite.
Yeah. Well, I guess thanks for broadcasting, and I had fun with my teammates, Peter and Alec. I've known Jeff a long time, actually, and we always race together, so I'm glad he could win it.
Yeah, and that's the name of the game, having fun. Glad you did that. And, well, you already covered the shout-outs for me, so get on out of here. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you during the week on Wednesday for the Cup Series.
Good night, mister. Bye-bye.
Lilith Peters brings it home P3. Jeff Rachoski, Peter Therio, Lilith Peters, a Bean Team 1-2-3. I have Spencer Gray in 4th, Alec Andricks in 5th. Let's go check out our results page. You can actually see what I'm talking about. Then you have Lafayette, Christian Delgado, Andrew Floyd, Matt Benke, and Adam Crozier in the top 10. And page 2, you have Catalano, Llewellyn, and Giglio as all of the CTC guys bailed out of this one. Hope you guys enjoyed our broadcast from Monterey, California at the Laguna Seca Raceway. Let's go ahead and cover our sponsor slides and get the bills paid. 911 Fleet Services does our Wednesday Night Cup Series. Kansas City Roleplay our Thursday Night Truck Series. We have Fort Worth Screen Printing doing our Tuesday Xfinity Series. FSM Customs does our Friday IMSA Series on the road courses. Then we have Golden Eagle Syrup doing our Friday Super Speedway Series. I believe Light of My Life, yes. I'm trying to memorize them all. Light of My Life candle gives a giveaway on Tuesday for the candles during the Xfinity race. So if you want a free candle, come on by, try to win one of those. M9 Performance does our setups and sponsors our modified series on Tuesday night. Snead Tombstone Game Farm did the street stock race you just watched here tonight. And finally, Spit Venom Podcast does our ARCA Series Monday, and 1020 Graphics does our Dirt Street Stocks on Tuesday nights. Thank you to all of those sponsors who help us pay the bills and keep things going around here. We appreciate you being here. Yeah, that's going to do it for our broadcast on Sunday night. Thank you guys so very much for being here, and we'll see you next season, because I don't have any more of these this season to broadcast. Have a great night, and we'll be back at it tomorrow for the ARCA Series.